And there is unfortunately one thing that I also learned today that will be very, very expensive.
Things that I'll do to you.
Hey guys, welcome to my studio. Today you have to bear with me. Today is like a different episode. Usually it's about my life as a DJ and producer, how I make music. DJing at the moment, absolutely not, due to the virus crisis. So I got a little bit more time to construct the A studio. This right here is the B studio, which is kind of nice. I like it. Like, has a vocal booth and a little bit of outboard gear. The A studio will be epic. And I'm thinking about going back again to more analog gear. I don't know, it's just sexy. I love playing around with it. It's debatable if it sounds better or just different. It's definitely way more expensive. The workflow is a little more tedious, but I also want to get a little more back into mastering. I want to be able to sit in a room that lets me hear everything I make and like fully construct a song from start to finish myself and have full control over it. So the room is important, the speakers are important, all of that checked. The A studio will be even more epic and will have a lot of gear, hopefully, if I can afford it. And the one thing that is missing is my knowledge. I don't have a lot of experience in analog gear. And whenever you make something, and I'm already making music for 10 years, and you get to the point where you think you know everything, that's usually the point where you will slow down, start sleeping, everyone else will overtake you, and you will just fail. And in this music industry world, I know a lot of people that just have this kind of happen to them. A lot of people that I admired 10 years ago, they think they figured things out, they even make an income with it, and then they start sleeping. And that's one mistake, the one promise I promised myself to never ever do. Think that you've learned or accomplished something. Always criticize yourself as much as possible to just make every song better. And the key to all of this is learning, knowledge. Knowledge and experience. Those two things no one can take away from you. You could take away all of my gear. You could take away logic from me. But the knowledge that I have about music, you just can't take it away. And even if like everything burns down, I have to move to another country, war, virus, pandemic shit, that stuff in my brain stays there as long as I'm alive, obviously. So it's the most valuable asset. And this is true not only for music making, for everything in life. If you have the opportunity to learn something, even if it seems stupid at that moment or uncool, go ahead and learn it. It's definitely the key to everything. And I myself see myself not at a point where I learned enough. I'm seeking every day to learn more about the tools that I need to produce music, learn more about music, listening to more music. And today I'm actually leaving my studio and I'm heading over to my master engineer's studio. I asked him very kindly if he would give me a private workshop and show me in detail how he masters one of my songs. This way I will learn more about my music and how I produce, get his insights, his knowledge, his experience, and have, even if it's just like, even if I'm just benefiting like by 1% or 2%, the state I'm in right now, 1 or 2% improvement on anything is immense. Like, that's worth a lot. So for the next 3 hours, heading over there, sitting by his side, very, very, very concentrated. Ask him as much stuff as I can, especially about like also his analog gear, how he implements it, where he sees the advantages, disadvantages, and like basically everything.
Things that I'll do to you.
So yeah, we social distanced to the max to make sure we're staying safe. This is still so weird, but anyways, I learned a lot. It was worth it. I'd say I learned maybe like 0.05% more which might sound little, but considering that I'm already doing this for 10 years, that's actually a lot. Like making a step like this and getting that much knowledge in 3-4 hours would usually take me 2-3 months. So that's a shortcut. It's something that opens my eyes to things that I need to improve, new techniques. And it was very interesting to see the workflow and the thinking process of someone that is already mastering for years and years and years, and has developed a certain setup and a certain use of equipment to get to a result that is among the best, at least in Germany. I'll probably make a full video where I explain what I learned, because it might be also very interesting for you. And as I told you, learning is the most important, so why shouldn't I share the most important? But in a nutshell, he's using a lot of MS processing, which absolutely makes sense in mastering. A lot of limiting, actually 3 different limiters, which was new to me. I know that a lot of people like to compress into multiple compressors, so that not one of them makes a lot. But for limiting, I actually never did it. So I'll try it out and see how far I can get with like combining limiters. Also, the EQing was very minimal. We like decreased below 88 Hertz by 1 dB, and then like a slight de-esser at 9 to 10K with 1 dB down, 2 or 3 EQs that reacted to certain frequencies, also just like 1.5 dB. So in general, the song still sounds the same. It's still the same song, which is also like the main goal of a mastering engineer. You don't want to change what the producer or mixer, what they already done. That's not the point. It's the point of making it loud, making it ready for consumption, and making it as loud as possible nowadays without distorting it too much. And there is unfortunately one thing that I also learned today that will be very, very expensive, because I got to use his analog gear and it's debatable. A lot of people debate it, if it sounds better, if you can even hear it. But if you use an EQ, a compressor, another EQ, a limiter, and all of them are analog, it adds up. Every one of them maybe just makes 1% of difference, but all together, and it's really hard to describe. It sounds a little more separated, spread out, a little more 3D, a little warmer, like just a hint. But that hint is something that is not achievable in the box. There are a lot of great plugins. They sound very, very close. They sound so close that you might not be able to tell the difference, or maybe there is a difference, but it's not worse. It's just different. But in combination, all of it together, it sounds different. It's like, it's a hint better. And that hint, unfortunately, costs a lot. But now that I know that it exists and I actually like it, I will definitely, for the new studio, get more into analog gear. Definitely getting first a limiter, compressor, EQ, just 3 units, and see how I can work with them, how they integrate into my workflow, and just give it a try. Again, knowledge is king, so if you have a chance to learn something, go ahead and do so. I even think before you spend any money on analog gear, on like a new plugin, maybe first spend some money on knowledge so that you know how to use these kind of things, because they're worthless in the hands of someone that doesn't know how to use these tools. So first, always learn. And just one more thing, it's very important. Learning is key and king, but experience is even way more important. So learn as much as you can, but also apply it to something, make something with it. Just learning, just watching 100 YouTube videos won't make you a better producer. Use that knowledge and gain experience in doing things. And at the end, by doing things, you have finished tracks, which is by far the most enjoyable. Having a finished song that you can release, share with the world, get some feedback, improve, and do this all over and over and over again. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about this topic of learning, advancing, and how to invest into your music production skills. And we'll see us tomorrow back again, hopefully in the studio, making some music.
be the best baby you ever had.